The purpose of the UF-IFAS Extension Polk County Florida-Friendly Landscaping Demonstration Gardens is to teach Polk County residents Florida-friendly landscaping principles by demonstrating practical ideas they can implement in their own yards. An average of 45,000 people visit the Extension office grounds annually and utilize the gardens regularly as a quiet place for reflection. A new innovation in the garden is the addition of a self-guided audio tour. Through this tour, we're able to provide information that may not be obvious to a visitor of the garden without a formal tour and allow them to hear our heart and mission behind the Florida-friendly garden.
Buzz, buzz around in the garden. Oh, hello. I'm Carol Buzz B. And welcome to our beautiful gardens made possible by Master Gardener volunteers.
The audio tour begins by explaining that the garden features 17 different gardens to showcase a variety of landscapes and plants found in Central Florida. In addition, we have a little free library on site. The next stop on the audio tour takes guests through our sun and shade gardens and explains the foundation of a Florida-friendly landscape. Right plant, right place. The sun and shade gardens feature plants that tolerate each of these light conditions. As guests move around the garden, they will find our color garden and hunt garden, named for the building it sits in front of. The audio tour discusses many of the beautiful plants on display, along with the Florida-friendly landscaping principle of watering efficiently. With many plants offering a variety of flower colors, there's also a southern magnolia tree with a bench to escape the heat and take in the beautiful gardens. Further down the path, the audio tour leads visitors to our water-wise garden that features many palm trees. We chose this location to explain the principle of fertilizing appropriately, since palms often suffer from nutrient deficiencies in Florida. The water-wise garden receives no supplemental irrigation and features cold-tolerant palm trees that grow well in Central Florida yards, along with drought-tolerant plants. As we head back down the sidewalk near the office, the audio tour shares with visitors the importance of using mulch as displayed in the foundation garden. In this foundation garden, all plants are properly spaced away from each other and the building. Another important stop along the audio tour touts the importance of attracting wildlife as a part of a Florida-friendly landscape. In the butterfly and hummingbird garden, guests are sure to see a butterfly or bee flying around gathering pollen and nectar from the many pollinator plants in this garden. Master Gardener volunteers have created pollinator houses and a fairy garden. The fairy garden developed after some large declining oak trees had to be cut down for the safety of the area. The 2 tree stumps were transformed into a fairy house and a gnome home. This is a great spot for some inspiration if you lose a tree and are struggling with how to cope with such a change in the landscape. As guests wander through the garden, they'll find their way to the crepe myrtle garden and another pollinator garden. The audio tour reminds visitors of the importance of managing yard pests responsibly, including the use of integrated pest management as a strategy in the garden and landscape. We love for visitors to view the many crepe myrtle trees throughout the garden and also see what a properly pruned crepe myrtle should look like. The pollinator garden along the back wall features many pollinator-friendly plants. It also includes a pollinator hotel to support solitary cavity-dwelling pollinators and was built by one of our Master Gardener volunteers. Our garden would not be complete without an edible garden display. Here, the audio tour explains ways to recycle yard waste. This edible garden features several different examples of growing edibles in containers like pots, vertical stackers, and raised beds, along with a compost display. Another great spot to stop and rest in the demonstration garden is at the gazebo. Here you can take a moment to relax and learn how you can reduce stormwater runoff and why that's so important in Florida. Plants around the gazebo garden are all examples of plants that thrive in partial or dappled light under or near an oak tree. The final stop of the audio tour takes visitors to our bog garden. While listening to the audio tour, visitors are encouraged to protect the waterfront as part of a Florida-friendly landscape. With a variety of bog plants that flower at different times of the year, it's always fun to see what's in bloom. The garden also features a snag that's a habitat for insects and birds. We hope you've enjoyed a brief glimpse of our UF IFAS Extension, Polk County, Florida-friendly landscaping demonstration garden, self-guided audio tour.